Hi guys! Today I want to talk to you about a topic that is not very much discussed in singing, at least in a direct approach, but it can really make a difference getting you from an intermediate to an advanced level in singing once you understand it. Okay, so in order for you to start a sound, for you to speak, for you to sing, or anything in between, for the sound to happen, there is a beam of air coming from below, from your diaphragm, from your lungs, and your vocal folds resist to this beam of air. And there is a certain threshold where they kind of separate and then are brought back together again and again and again, starting the vibratory cycle. Most singers would know about this. This air pressure created below the vocal folds is called subglottal pressure. If you have too little of this pressure, your voice would be weak, maybe with too much air, and when it's excessive, we can physically feel it in our throats. Your voice would sound pressed, squeezed, and you can even damage your voice if you sing with too much of this pressure for too long. That being said, we can and we should create also some pressure above your vocal folds, so that pressure balances out a little bit with the pressure from below. So any narrowing created from the space right above your vocal folds up to the tip of your lips would create this beneficial back pressure, also known as supraglottal pressure. So theoretically, your false vocal folds can create this pressure right above your true vocal folds. Also, you can create this pressure with the middle or the back of your tongue, and also you could create this pressure with the tips of your lips. So if I go like this, you can see that my cheeks are coming out a little bit because there is pressure within my mouth. So this would be beneficial to the system. Of course, when we are singing, we cannot sing with our lips closed. So there are other ways that we can create this back pressure. For example, with pharyngeal sounds, those twangy sounds, nya nya kind of sounds, because they do create a little narrowing in the back of the mouth, allowing for this back pressure to happen. Another way to control this is by controlling your vowels. Some vowels or shades of vowels have naturally more back pressure than others. Closed vowels like oo and e have much more back pressure than open vowels like ah and eh. But even with an open vowel, with your mouth wide open, you can still have some narrowing happening in the back of your mouth. So your vowels can certainly sound open while maintaining this narrow passage in the back. This is possible and desirable. A lot of that has to do with the position of the tongue in the back of your mouth. Even though our brains cannot contemplate how this happens, try to position the back of your tongue at the back of your mouth and see what happens. See if it gives you more control overall. The Belcanto master Herbert shows in his book, The Voice of the Mind, which I recommend if you can find it, this image where you would imagine a round concave shape behind your neck. And he will call that a throat opening device, which in my opinion works because even without noticing, we actually tend to position our tongues further back in the mouth when we are imagining it. And this is the thing, this is very important. While clearly we can feel the vocal fold pressure or the subglottal pressure, the back pressure on the other hand, the supraglottal pressure, is not so easily felt by the singer. You won't think, oh yeah, now I feel this perfect supraglottal pressure, this perfect back pressure going on. That won't happen. What you will notice is the sound improves. You have more control. Your voice lasts longer. You have more ability for legato and vibrato and all those good things. But the point is, the feedback is acoustic, not sensory. A helpful tool would be to do before and after recordings, for example. So this is not a beginner kind of technique, but I want you to know that this exists and maybe try to experiment with it. So if you have any questions, leave it on the comments and I will try to answer as many as I can. See you next time.